English with Moses.
Take your English to the next level.
Welcome back to your home of real English learning, where you learn English naturally through stories that inspire, motivate, and help you grow. Let me ask you something. Have you ever worked hard for something, given it your best effort, and still walked away empty-handed? No reward, no recognition, no victory, just disappointment. Most people would quit. Most people would lose motivation. But what if that disappointment was actually preparing you for something greater? Today, I want to tell you the story of a man who spent decades proving himself. A man whose passion for acting changed modern cinema. A man who never stopped improving. This is the story of Leonardo DiCaprio. Imagine a young boy growing up in Los Angeles. He wasn't born into a life of luxury. He wasn't handed success. In fact, his childhood was surrounded by challenges. But from a very young age, Leonardo had a dream. He wanted to perform. He wanted to tell stories. He wanted to become an actor. Now, here's the thing about acting. People only see the final result, the movie, the fame, the applause, but they rarely see the years of rejection, the auditions, the waiting, the uncertainty. And Leonardo experienced all of it. As a young actor, he appeared in commercials and small television roles. Nothing glamorous, nothing that guaranteed success, just one opportunity at a time, one step at a time. Then slowly, people began noticing his talent. Not because he was famous, but because he was dedicated, focused, passionate. When he played a character, he didn't simply act. He became that character. He studied emotions, behaviors, human psychology. He wanted every performance to feel real. Soon, bigger opportunities arrived. Films like Titanic made him a global star. Suddenly, millions of people around the world knew his name. Fame arrived quickly. But here's what makes this story interesting. Many actors become comfortable after achieving success. Leonardo didn't. He kept pushing himself. He kept choosing challenging roles. He kept searching for growth. Then came films like The Aviator, Inception, The Wolf of Wall Street, and The Revenant. Each role demanded something different. More emotion, more discipline, more sacrifice, and Leonardo delivered again and again. But here comes the turning point. For years, people kept asking the same question. When will Leonardo DiCaprio win an Oscar? He was nominated multiple times, again and again and again. Yet the award always seemed just out of reach. Imagine that, being recognized as one of the world's greatest actors, but repeatedly missing the industry's highest honor. That kind of disappointment can break people, but Leonardo never let awards define him. He continued working, continued improving, continued loving the craft of acting, because his passion was bigger than the trophy. Finally, after years of dedication, his performance in The Revenant earned him the Academy Award's Best Actor award. The moment was unforgettable, not because he finally won, but because people knew how long he had waited, how hard he had worked, how much he had endured. But Leonardo's impact goes beyond acting. He helped shape modern cinema, inspired countless actors, and showed the world what true commitment looks like. When audiences watch his performances, they don't just see acting, they see preparation, dedication, passion, and excellence. Now, maybe you are wondering, what does this have to do with me? A lot. Because whether you are learning English, starting a business, studying for exams, or chasing a dream, the lesson is the same. Success often takes longer than expected. Recognition often arrives later than hoped, and progress is rarely immediate. But if you continue, if you stay committed, if you keep showing up every day, your effort begins to compound. Little by little, day by day, year by year, Leonardo DiCaprio didn't become extraordinary because everything was easy. He became extraordinary because he refused to stop growing. And that's a lesson all of us can apply to our own lives. So keep learning, Keep practicing, keep improving your English, and remember, the people we admire most are often the people who continued when others would have quit. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in your potential.